Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast. I am Bo Oliver, and I'm joined by Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and Teddy,
the human.
This was the most human. And we're here today, another podcast, not a lot of news to talk about in the world of movies and TV. It's slow season. It's the graveyard season.
It's a nice shift right now.
Yeah, it is.
Dragon.
Yeah,
Doing a podcast.
2019, first podcast of the year.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Happy New Year's to everybody.
Yeah. How was your guys' New Year's? Anything special?
It was a living roomish New Year's for me. Not a lot going on.
Sometimes those are the best, you know?
Yeah. No, it's amateur hour for
It is.
the bar night.
It's so funny because I just got a comment talking about how arrogant I am when we do the podcasts. So I was just about to go on this whole diatribe against New Year's, but instead I'm just going to keep it to myself. New Year's was fun. I stayed home and...
it's nothing. I mean, personally, I think it's just another day.
I went to bed at 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And my mom goes to a family New Year's party that I don't go to. And New Year's happens, so she calls me. I'm sleeping. She calls me 17 times until I pick up. I'm like, Mom, what do you want? She's like, I thought you were dead. I'm like, unfortunately, I'm alive. Happy New Year.
There's one New Year's resolution down the tubes.
Right. But other than that, yeah, I was working on my top 10 list. And we've got Aaron's top 10 coming today on the podcast. So we're going to talk about that. And we're also going to discuss fan questions. And
none of you guys asked about my New Year, so...
I was just going to, but he kept going to the
Very, very rude.
I blame Bo for that.
Yeah, that's my bad. How was your New Year?
Very arrogant. It's fine. It was good.
Went to the Poconos, right?
Yeah, went snowboarding. I'd much rather do that than even a living room night. That sounds lovely.
I'd like to go there. If I didn't have to go to work, I would have went with you guys. Me and Elena.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was just 3 days. Like, I still had to recover like 2 days after. I just felt like garbage this whole week, but it was fun.
Good time, a lot of drinking?
Yeah, only one of those for like me for like the next year.
Yeah.
And then I was just drained.
Yeah, I'm good for one bender a year.
Me too. Me, it's like every 3 years. I can't remember my last good bender.
New
My
Year's
sister's wedding.
New Year's is a good night. We
It's
just
316.
Oh boy, there's photos of that.
Is there?
Yeah,
I haven't seen
when
any.
Pete rolled up with his fur jacket. Me and
His
Jamie had the
DKNY
scars.
sunglasses.
Yeah, but New Year's. You know what's funny? I woke up the next day and I was like, man, I'm beat. So I didn't even do anything. It's like a mindset, you know? You wake up New Year's Day and you're supposed to feel hungover no matter what you did.
Yeah.
I woke up and there was just I don't know if I brought the bagels there, but there were bagels all over the bed. It's
funny you say that because I splurged a bit on my diet.
Yeah.
My mom, you know, like the Reese's cups that you unravel, it's in like the tinfoil.
Yeah.
I had quite a bit of those. You know, if you open a bag and you're pretty much killing the whole bag.
Over, under 10?
Over 20.
Wow.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Well, we were at the cabin, so we just brought like the worst possible food, like 3 days straight. I didn't eat one vegetable, and that probably
Just straight takeout.
definitely enhanced my 3-day hangover, but all successful.
I ate a lot of vegetables this weekend.
Well, you're vegan now. You know what I hate, actually?
Horrible.
Funny you mention that, because I was looking through like Twitter, as I do for... I think I have an addiction. I had like a thing. You know when your phone comes up and gives you your screen time?
Yeah.
It's like, congrats, you had less screen time than last week. I'm like, oh, I'm weaning off the phone a little bit.
Yeah.
It was still an absurdly ungodly amount where it's like how...
What is a lot, though? Because I'm at 7 hours.
A day?
Yeah. No. For the week.
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot
Yeah,
at
I
all.
don't think that's a lot.
All right, sweet.
I'm going to explain why you never text me back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you at?
I don't remember, but I remember looking at it and I was very disgusted in myself. But you know what I hate? This new thing, like unprovoked people just hating on vegans. Now I'm not a vegan, but like people just attack them out of nowhere. It's like, yeah, let them eat their vegetables, right?
Thank you for saying this.
And I
It
for
means
one,
a lot to me.
because I used to fucking hate like vegetarians and vegans, but I have good reasoning. Growing up, my mom was a vegetarian, and so was my sister, and there was no meat in the house whatsoever for like a good 4 or 5 years.
Were they trying to turn you, or is that just just by chance? They just didn't buy anything.
Well, me and my brother, we would kind of like
just weren't being
we would have to
nice.
get it on our own, but we would we didn't have anywhere to go. We didn't have an outlet. We didn't have our cars, and then
You have
They would
hamburgers
show
in your
you-
backpack. And Mom's like, Aaron,
dude,
what is this?
I was a miserable,
Who
like
gave you
sixth
this?
grade pudgy old me, not being able to go home and snack on some like chicken fingers or whatever.
So you must have been
I
Just
wish I had that.
downing
My
candy.
parents let me
But
eat
they
anything.
would show me videos, like my mom and sister would show me videos of like the pigs and like the slaughterhouses and stuff.
So they were fanatics.
And I'm like, all right, fuck that then. So every time we go out to eat, I would like rub it in their face, get like veal or like the most like cutest, like whatever animal I can get, and I'd get it and eat in front of them. Nice back and forth we had. But now I kind of,
Big game hunting.
yeah. That was when I was a kid, and it's very telling that
He's got a bear in his fucking his fridge.
these
in
people
his,
that cry,
Yeah,
people,
it's got the deer antlers just.
it's
hung
like all
up
these
on his
people
wall.
that cry on Twitter about vegans have the same mentality of a sixth grader that was overweight and had buck teeth and no self-confidence. You have the same mindset as me at that age. And also my mom, she did a lot of stuff. No water bottles in the house. She had to get her own very purified water, do it herself, and no microwave for a good amount. I was living in hell.
You know what I learned on the Joe Rogan show?
You were living in the future.
No
Well,
free
no,
eggs.
middle school me was going through hell. I was complaining like, oh, how can I have a house full of produce and clean water? This is an outrage.
Yeah.
I'm calling child services.
No, seriously, it's like Michelle Obama was your mom. Healthy lunches, purified water.
I know,
I was
lunchtime
the
at school,
Complete opposite was me.
buying lunches all day. Chicken nuggets, hamburgers.
My mom
Oh,
worked
yeah.
in the cafeteria.
Oh, yeah.
There's no better food than a high school lunch.
Bad news for me. That pizza Fridays.
What were you gonna say that you learned from Joe Rogan?
Oh, when you nuke something, well, air quotes, when you nuke something in the microwave, it's just water vibrations. There's no radiation whatsoever in the microwave.
I still go nowhere near it from
Well,
that
I'm saying,
like
there's-
conditioning as a
There's
child.
nothing wrong with putting a food in your microwave. There's no radiation whatsoever.
I don't buy that.
Who said this? Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah,
Of course he did, and I believe him.
me too.
That man could say anything.
All it does is just it vibrates the water and
Did you watch the interview where he's wearing the cowboy hat?
yeah.
Is he serious? He went on like a 30-minute rant documenting every invention
he's the
ever
man.
invented ever.
He's the man.
I'm like, how does somebody have this mental capacity to keep all that information?
I could maybe
and-
get
and
that
me-
for one invention, and just talk about that one invention.
Right, it's
this
like-
man just went for a half hour on 15 or 20.
Like Steve Jobs created the iPhone?
Well, going back to the
But he couldn't
microwave,
code.
quick little like a positive from that. Jiffy
you
Pop.
done?
Jiffy Pop. Lot better than microwave popcorn. Just so you guys know.
Never had it.
Yeah.
Is that the one you put on the
Oh.
stove?
Yeah.
I
To have
burn
a
it.
microwave, we had to
I
adapt.
burn it every time. I seen that. I was like, oh, like old times.
I mastered
make
the
on
Jiffy
stove.
Pop, so that's one positive out of it.
Do you guys have geothermal heating in your house? I feel like your mom would be into that.
Geothermal.
I have no idea.
What is it like? Go off your body heat or something?
You just use the heat from under your house, so it's all natural. So in the winter, under your house is about 60 degrees. In the summer, it's 60 degrees.
I could take that.
Yeah, but it costs like $80,000 to set
Oh.
it up in your backyard. But then it's cost effective over like 15 years.
So you'll save about 15.
I just
grand.
imagine your mom just like whipping you and your sister, like build those geothermal pipes.
But it used to be like
The ozone's collapsing.
used
I
to
don't know
be-
what I don't know what you're bashing your mom for. You had nice
No,
snacks.
right now. No, the whole point is
Make your own
now
water.
Make
looking
your own water.
now. I think all that stuff is awesome. But looking back on it, like he was saying, like just how these, like just my mindset like against vegans because they like conditioned me to then at that point in time, me as like a sixth grader to like 10th grade, was fucking miserable.
I mean, personally, I don't understand going vegan, but it's your life. You can eat whatever you want to eat.
But I was the same way as you as a kid. My parents let me eat anything, and it was really bad. It was always
Yeah.
fast food, fried food. But it's funny because somebody had tweeted, one of our followers, he tweeted out something, oh, they're never going to make foods for vegans. All you do is eat plants. And it was an aisle at a grocery store, and it was all vegan food. And I had been a vegan for like 3 days, and I liked it. I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
vegan.
I'm already part of the team.
Yeah.
That's
So-
like wait, no, that's like the episode of Seinfeld when Bryan Cranston goes turns Jewish, just so he can say the
Just
jokes.
for the jokes. That's a great episode.
That is genius.
Oh, L'Chaim.
Oh, I guess we should mention the passing of Bob Einstein.
Oh,
Yeah,
Marty
Seinfeld.
Funkhauser.
Yeah.
The Funk Man.
Yeah, the Funk Man from Curb Your Enthusiasm. One of the funniest characters on that show.
Those ones
That's a
always
shame.
those ones always hurt me. Like 'cause I feel like let's just say hypothetically, God forbid, something happens to Larry David. He's got his appreciation, but I feel like someone like Bob Einstein didn't really get it while he was living, and a lot of people, showed support and were tweeting all their favorite Funkhauser moments. And what's the stuntman guy's name? The character he played?
Oh, what's his
I
name?
wasn't
It was just
familiar-
trending on Twitter.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that, but I was watching all those, and there was a nice outpouring. But I feel like
Yeah, it's funny how some people knew him for that, and we
Yeah.
knew him as Funk Man.
Yeah. It's just
The Funk Man.
dude. I was watching all of, like the best Curb YouTube compilations. He's so funny.
Hey, let me tell you a joke. That's
Just
fucking funny
Reminiscing
shit.
about reminiscing about his best moments makes me realize how genius that show really is.
Because it's him. He has the premise, but most of like the comedic timing and where he takes it is all him.
I know. It's
Oh
insane.
my god, is it him in the Swan, the golf episode, where his phone keep going off? Is that Funk Man?
Is that Funk Man?
His phone, someone's phone keeps going off at the table where you can't have phones in the golf club
I don't know.
while they're eating dinner.
It's got to be the
My
Funk
think
Man.
favorite one I saw.
Yeah,
though, was-
he wants onions on his on his eggs, and they can't get out early enough to beat the guy that takes forever.
oh, his
yeah,
cousin,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's there's one when he just walks.
you had to
in.
have onions.
It's
And then they leave. Oh my god.
it's Leon, Jeff, and Larry. They're playing pool, and they're,
Oh, when he gets
and
divorced.
Fuck just walks in. He's like, "Guess who got a divorce?" And Leon's like, "You pound that ass into the ground first?" He's like, "Oh, I don't mean it's my wife. I don't want to talk." He's like, "You pound that ass into the ground." Larry's like, "It's not. We all do a fair share of pound into the ground."
Who's the funniest in that show, you think?
He might, looking back on it, he might have been one of my favorite parts because him and Larry's chemistry is always so great because they're always like, I don't know, it's not like Larry and Jeff where they all agree on everything. He always has a problem with Funk Man.
Yeah, he
And
really
it's
does.
always something over so small. Like when he was complaining that someone that was working on his house went into the fridge and took a lemonade without asking. Funk Guy's like, "What? I'll let you take liquids. Are fine. You can take liquids." And then he tells him about his sister came home from like the hospital or whatever, and he's like, Larry's like, whatever I can do to help, just let me know. It's like, well, you actually can come over a little later. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like, what? You didn't mean it? It's like, of course I didn't mean it.
It's a gesture.
He takes you up on it, like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you up on the helping me out moving.
Oh, yeah. I said that to Teddy the other day. I was like, I hope he doesn't call my bluff. It's like, you need help with the apartment. You know, my hands are free. He didn't ask, so that's
No,
how
I'm
you
not
know
gonna.
we're on the same page.
Little orphan Funkhauser too is the best. It's like,
I
my
think
dad died
Leon's the
last year. My
funniest, though.
mom's dead. I'm an orphan. You're not an orphan.
Yeah, Leon is too funny. He's
He's a
I think he's the glue of the show.
Him and Larry are just so good, man. Just in the last season when he comes up on him and he's in the pool house. He's like, "Oh, I'm lamping." He's like, "What's the difference between lamping and chilling?" He's like, "You could chill anyway. You can walk down the street and chill, but lamping, you gotta. It's a mood." But that whole cast of characters is incredible, and rest in peace to a very underrated comedic genius. Like you said, it's all improv, so the timing, the cast of characters that Larry put together, it's a genius show. Do we have any other major stories? Not really. You just want to go into your top 10?
Yeah, I mean, well, the CW greenlit Batwoman, so I guess her. I didn't see the appearance on the other CW. I'm not a big CW guy, but looks like it went over well. Good reception, so they're moving forward with that. So
I'm looking forward to Batwoman.
Well,
I really am.
anything with the Bat family, I'm kind
So was
of
I.
down
Well,
for.
I am too.
Even though I hate the CW, I might give it a shot.
Yeah, I always hope that it's going to be different with the CW. It never is.
But I'll tell you one thing: Arrow for the first season wasn't bad at all.
No, it
and
wasn't.
Batwoman and Arrow are characters where you don't have to be extravagant with the effects, like the Flash and Supergirl.
A lot more
And-
CGI in those.
Yeah, and it's very bad.
A lot of people maintain that The Flash is the best, the first two seasons. It's always the tone. The effects, I mean, when you're a television show, the CGI is going to only be so good. It's always the tone of the show. It always feels like I'm watching a soap opera.
But it's
Yeah,
so like,
And
that's
that
I was
every
literally just about
character
to say that.
is just the same character. They always have these dramatic moments where sappy music comes in and they have this epiphany. And I just couldn't stand it after 2 seasons.
I love Supernatural, but that's Supernatural every episode.
Is that still going?
Yeah, they're in the 13th season right now.
Hey, get your money, man.
I love it.
I don't watch, so.
You should. No, you wouldn't like it. I don't want to hear you.
13 seasons is way too much to catch up on.
There's no show that's ever been out that justified going 13 seasons.
Simpsons.
That's another show. What they're going
Family
on
Guy?
30, right? All those shows. The only one that's
South
still
Park?
good is South Park.
I haven't really watched any of the newer ones. It's different, you know. It's
But new Simpsons and new Family Guy are bad.
Oh,
Especially
I can't
Family
watch
Guy.
it. I can't watch it.
Family Guy's become just a shell of itself. All right, so let's get into your top 10.
all right. Good top 10. You had a good top 10. I sent a nice tweet out to you. That's another thing when I get drunk. Very sappy. Completely different person than sober me. It's like
I was ready to lash out on you.
I was
on New Year's text.
I gave you all right, so it's New Year's
I thought
Eve.
for sure you were
I'm
giving
being
me like a backhanded compliment.
sappy me when I'm drunk. I'm going out to everyone like saying how great they are and I love you and have a good New Year's, all that bullshit. And I watched Bo's video. I'm like, I sent a tweet out saying how great the video was. You know, I'm giving compliments. Well, most top 10 lists are trash anyway.
I think you might have said master at articulating his thoughts.
Something along those lines.
I look up to him as...
Yeah. Surprised I was even able to spell that correctly and get it out. And then to Teddy, I put in the text group, I'm like, Teddy, you're very good on the podcast. You're what makes it go. You're fantastic. Compliment after compliment after compliment after compliment. And he responds, what does he say? I got to go back.
I guess to go fuck yourself or something.
Probably something along those lines. Here,
I got defensive.
Let's see.
This is exactly the conversation. Happy New Year, guys. I love you both. Let's take the soup to the next level this year. Teddy says, let's get it. Aaron says, Teddy, you've added so much to the channel. I love you, man. Teddy says, I hate you. Why you gotta be a dick? Aaron says, what did I do? I love you, Ted. You are honestly the best part of Nerd Soup. You and Bo make the show go.
Teddy said that.
Yeah.
And I said, but you add a dynamic that makes us who we are. And I get messages all the time saying how much I love Teddy. Might have made that up, but...
And then I woke up at 2 a.m. after my mom had called me and said, Teddy's starting off the new year right by mistaking a compliment for a criticism. And he goes, I have to stay defensive, man.
It's true. I don't let my guard down for anyone.
I'll tell you what, though. It's so funny with Teddy because you could say the most awful thing to him and he'll just kind of shrug it off and be like, whatever. But if you say something, you got to know the right thing to set Teddy off. So we're playing Smash Brothers, and I beat him twice in a row. And I send him a text message, very simple. Want to quit?
Yo,
he texts me back.
Infuriated me.
Shut the fuck up, you pussy.
Yo, I wanted to go through the phone and strangle you. I really did.
That's the worst because you used to do that to me all the time in FIFA. You'd score one goal and you look at me, want to quit?
I'll turn it off right now.
Well, when I play 2K with Nash, and
he could be the worst person. Him and Pete are the worst.
No, he doesn't even have to fucking. He doesn't have to say anything. I could just tell what he's thinking, and I'll.
By his fucking stupid face when he's just like sitting there staring at the screen, and then he'll just like laugh, like you.
Somebody commented and said that we don't talk enough shit about Nash behind his back. And I wanted to say, if only we had audio of the fights that Aaron and Nash get into. I've never seen anything like it.
It gets
in
bad,
my life.
man. It gets real bad.
If we can't even
we go into the mud.
The mud.
Yeah, no, you're in quicksand.
You're lucky if you guys get.
We're bringing up stuff from like 7th grade. Like
just things you would never think to say to your worst enemy.
Yeah, that won't be like
All right, so your top 10, so we can get to the fan question.
All right. I'll run through it quick. I don't want to spend too much time. Do you have a top 10, Ted?
I think I have 10.
Yeah.
I think I have my top 10.
Ted's 10.
Yeah.
Ted's 10.
It's a busy year, man.
I tweeted it out, but for those of you that don't follow me, that's at Nerd Soup Monkey.
You tweeted your top 10?
Yeah. You didn't see it?
Oh.
My 10 was Overlord. I think it's a film that no one really talked about, but when we went to go see it in IMAX, it was entertaining from the moment it started to the moment it ended. I liked the characters. It was very fun. It knew what it was, and it was a little schlocky at times, but it never really crossed that line into ridiculousness, even though it is a movie about Nazi zombies and stuff like that. It was just a great time, and I usually hate when people describe a film as fun because I feel like it devalues it, or it's kind of like it's, the movie, but it was fun, but everything else about it was bad. This was just all around an enjoyable film, and I liked it a lot. 9 was First Man. This didn't really live up to the hypes, especially being Gosling, Chazelle, and just the names attached to it, but I thought this was a beautiful film, especially the shots in space, especially when I went to IMAX. Technically, it's masterful to look at, and I thought the acting was very strong, and I feel like some people really didn't like this movie.
I think it's become almost overrated, though, by people who feel that it's underrated.
Yeah.
The debate going on about First Man on Twitter.
It wasn't living up to the expectations that I had.
I hear Steph Curry believes this movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, I heard that too. But it had some controversy with the flag, but I feel like that didn't carry over to me, I guess, to people's reception of it. Like, I don't think anyone saw it and didn't like or had any opinion on that particular scene.
Isn't it so crazy what the media does? Like how big of a deal that was, and
That was
now it's just nothing.
It was
Like, it
so
never
ridiculous.
happened.
But not a lot
in
of
general,
people,
though, like what media does to a certain topic.
It didn't do well though, right?
You want to talk about the power of the media?
No,
and
no,
the
I'm just saying.
responsibility?
No, I'm just saying how crazy.
Oh, I
it
was
is.
ready to get into it.
Oh, you want to? I'll do it.
No, absolutely not. But
Number 8.
I feel like we're not like that though.
No, we don't make up rumors.
No.
And it,
Never.
have
Not
people let down.
yeah, it's like imagine if we were like really into Game of Thrones and stuff, and we're just like putting bullshit out there about Game of Thrones trailers, and it didn't happen. People would be upset, but luckily we don't do that.
No.
8, Sorry to Bother You. This was, I thought it was an early contender to be my film of the year, and it's really not getting any love. Nothing for the Golden Globes, no Oscar hype, and
Oh yeah, I know.
It was
I think
so
it will get
good.
a screenplay for the Oscars.
yes, very clever screenplay. The satire was perfect, and the cast was Lakeith Stanfield. He's
He's awesome, man.
he's gonna be in the
Funniest scene of the year.
what movie? The
Death Note.
Ryan Johnson,
terrible.
Knives Out,
Ooh,
Mhm.
nice.
and Tessa Thompson. It's another
He impressed me, Lakeith Stanfield.
yes,
Out of all the actors in there.
Yes.
Because Get Out, he was just the Get Out guy.
mm-hmm.
And here he showed, I'm an actor.
Yeah, and Tessa Thompson, another notch in her belt, was a fantastic year. So
She's great.
no complaints there.
That kid's got a future.
Number 7 is Stars Born.
Ooh, I saw that one.
Tell me something, boy. Wait, no, it would be Girl. Because I was doing Bradley Cooper.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
The music was
Good.
great. I thought the story was fantastic. I wasn't familiar with the previous installations of this, I guess.
Cinematic universe.
Yeah. yeah. So the story was new to me, and I guess if you have seen the other ones, it could just feel like another one of these stories. To me, it was new and refreshing, and I really liked
I wonder what was better.
What a
Not seeing.
performance by Gaga. Sorry, Ted.
Do you
No,
think-
well, not seeing these movies and seeing that one. Well, actually, I'll rephrase that. What do you prefer? Not seeing a movie that's been installed like 4 or 5 times, or seeing it for the first time? Like, do you feel like you're missing out by not seeing those other ones, or do you feel like a little, like, do you feel better that you?
They're very
is
far
the first one
removed,
you've
though.
seen.
It's not like
It really depends. Yeah,
Depends on what
like you
movie it
said,
is.
they are far removed, and they kind of follow the same tropes, but they kind of have different ways of getting there.
But it's not like Spider-Man where everything it's kind of new in a sense of the story, not the characters, of course, but like where they want to take the character. And I guess it's kind of the same thing, but they hit the same beats, it felt like, or from what I've heard, that the other ones hit.
Fun fact, Clint Eastwood was supposed to direct, and it was supposed to be Beyonce instead of Lady Gaga. Different movie.
Probably would have been a safer
yeah,
choice
yeah.
because Beyonce has some acting experience, right? But Lady
And she's
Gaga,
got pipes.
she actually no, she did American Horror Story. I feel
Not
like
like Gaga.
I feel like it does better for the director too that he did so good with Lady Gaga and
Well,
for her
Well, I've
herself
heard some
too.
people criticize
yeah,
the
that
acting.
she wasn't good. It was just the singing.
I disagree.
I disagree too.
I
She
think
was
she was a
fine.
fine actress.
Yeah, she was a fine actress.
but the singing,
singing
just- yeah.
lifted it up, of course.
Beyonce or Gaga? I know we said it before, but I
As a
forgot.
singer,
Yeah.
Gaga, not even close. Beyonce, better performer.
Yeah, better music probably. More they're both good. I don't
Like better music as in like just more hits.
Taylor Swift. Number 6 for me is Spider-Verse.
I was gonna say Grande.
Ooh. 6 is Spider-Verse.
You copying me?
Why, that was your 6?
I don't know.
Probably.
I think it was my 7.
It's like we were talking about just before with the Spider-Man. This was something completely new. It looked like it was straight ripped from a comic. Funny, heartwarming. Just probably one of the most perfect animation movies
It was great.
I've seen in a while. It should win Best Animated Feature.
I think it will.
Well, Golden Globes are Sunday. They're not really a direct comparison between the Oscars and Globes, because I was going through the nominations again, and there are some for the Globes, but I think it would bode well for them to win animated here Golden Globes, and I feel like Isle of Dogs might be more of a Oscar type winner for an animated film.
Yeah, I could see that. Which was really good.
Isle of Dogs?
Dogs.
Yeah, I feel like people were sleeping on that a
Wes
little bit.
Anderson's worst movie, which is fascinating to me.
It's so good.
I wish I could be that
It's like,
bad.
what's like Denis Villeneuve's worst movie?
Yeah, right. Ooh, that's a good question. Probably it's the first one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even, non-foreign language, that's probably a tougher debate.
Yeah.
It's probably Enemy, and Enemy's fucking fantastic. Someone asked me today about Enemy. and
Enemy's good, man.
it's so good.
God, I love Villeneuve.
He's so good.
No Villeneuve movie this year.
He's so fucking good.
But Dune's coming.
5, Hereditary. It's another... Do you think the hate for this movie is just 'cause people liked it so much that there has to be
Has to be someone that hates
water
it.
always finds its level. Because I feel like a lot of people, I think it was in someone's, like a pretty big YouTube critic's bottom 10, which is flat out. You should,
Grace Randolph.
yeah. She's the worst.
No free ads.
I don't want to.
I never like to name people by names unless I enjoy what they do. She's the Skip Bayless of movie reviews.
Yeah.
She really is.
But hey,
And-
Skip keeps getting paid, so I
Hey,
guess
yeah,
it works.
no, all to you, man. I mean, if I give my reasons for why people didn't like Hereditary, then I'm just gonna get more comments about how arrogant I am.
Okay. But yeah, I thought it was definitely the best horror movie I've seen in the past few years. I thought it was, the acting was on point, the atmosphere created, the story was very interesting, and I really liked Hereditary. I'm not a big horror guy, but I think good horror, when it's done right, is probably better than most genres. But as a whole, it gets watered down by all these shit films, so it's nice to see one that actually holds its weight and delivers on every level. For Infinity War, I usually would hate people that put comic book movies if they don't deserve it. Just
You got two of
because-
them.
from the nostalgia. Yeah, but Spider-Verse was
That's 5 and 4 for me too.
yeah. But Infinity War was everything I wanted to be and more. It gets better every time I watch it. Just experiencing it in the theater for that first time, it's unlike anything I've experienced in
That
the
was
theater.
insane.
Probably since the hype before that was probably The Last Jedi, something I couldn't wait to see. And I think this just hit on every note for me. And I saw everything I wanted to see. And the way it just leads into the next movie, it's perfect.
Does Infinity War get worse if Endgame is not good?
No.
If Endgame comes out, and let's say that it's not bad, but it's middle of the road. It's a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's an average film.
Makes me even happier for the first one because how good the first one was.
The thing with Infinity War, it stands so good on its own. And
Yeah.
I do get the criticisms, like not seeing all the other comic book movies to have to get it, because let's face it, not everyone is so invested in the MCU where they're going to see all these films. And if you're going into it not knowing every detail, it can be a little disjointed. But if you're like us and you watch it kind of like a television series, we watched every episode leading up to this, it's just the perfect cap.
That's tough to put on Marvel though, because this whole cinematic universe is built up on all the movies. It's so tough to make it for everyone.
It's big enough where enough people see it for what it is and enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's split 50-50. I think the most of the movie-going audience knows what's happening.
Because that movie was action-packed. It was action almost every scene.
Yeah, I think it's, if you try to make a movie for everybody, you're just going to make a bad movie.
Right.
Because
Just the
you have all those
Just the
previous.
character moments and the way they set up Thanos, so good.
That's the thing. I think that even for casual fans who haven't seen all the previous films, like my friend Sawhill hasn't seen a lot of them, he loved Infinity War because Thanos is the bad guy. He knows Iron Man. He knows Spider-Man.
Yeah.
These are heroes.
It's a
that he's
basic
familiar
superhero
with.
movie, man.
Right. It's basic, but then for us, it's even better.
Yeah.
Because we are so invested. And that's the genius of that movie.
Number 3, Roma. Probably the best directed, beautiful film I've seen this year. Oh my! Some of those shots, man, those pans, and it was breathtaking. How do you pronounce the director's name? I should know
Alfonso
this.
Cuarón.
Okay, I always mess it up. The way he was able to make you feel like you're a fly on the wall, and you're just witnessing everything in real time was amazing. I've never really had this. I don't know. I never really had this viewing experience before, where especially at home when you're at Netflix and there's so many different distractions, I was just locked in the whole time and just watching this story unfold from afar. But I felt like I was in the room, and he directed and did all the camera work, right?
Yeah, because his boy, Emmanuel Lubezki, who won 3 Oscars in a row for cinematography, Birdman, Gravity, and The Revenant.
God damn, man.
And he says, Alfonso, I won't be able to show up. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll just do it. Imagine that foursome of him, Guillermo, Inarritu, and Lubezki. It's unbelievable. First of all, that they're all friends. It's how rare is that?
They all push
What are
each
the
other
chances?
up too. It's so
Yeah.
great. Yeah, the story. I love the story. I can see where people might not. It might not be the most entertaining, but it didn't have to be. You're just watching this. You felt like you were just experiencing this moment in time with them, and it was something I can really appreciate. And I feel like if I was, even now, I'm not old, but if I was 13, 14 and I watched this, and to gain that respect for filmmaking, I think it could have inspired me to want to be like a filmmaker. And if a young kid watches this now, I feel like not everyone would have the attention span to sit there and appreciate it, but I feel like those who would be inspired to do things like this because it literally is perfect technically.
Yeah, it really is.
2, Annihilation. This one held strong. Held strong for a while, and I said horror is my least favorite. Sci-fi is my favorite franchise genre. Alex Garland, 2 for 2. Can't wait to see what he does next. This movie was stunning to look at. All the performances were great. It had me at the edge of my seat. I was thinking. I wanted to see what was going to happen next. People didn't like the ending. I loved the ending. I thought it was a perfect cap on what I experienced because I didn't think I was going to get any answers, and I didn't. Even though you can always piece together afterwards, try to like read, explain videos and watch things, read the books. It's nice to have that freedom just to think about what happened and kind of revisit it and experience it again. And I don't know, some of those shots were breathtaking. It really was. The way
That shot where she's on the beach at the end and everything's exploding.
The way he was able to incorporate natural landscape with the sci-fi
Spoiler.
element was masterful.
It's not really a spoiler. And you're never going to watch it.
Yeah.
I'll get to it.
Once you get to Ex Machina,
What should I watch first?
which you have to borrow from me first.
Ex Machina is so good too.
Then who knows? I'm gonna watch it after I borrow it.
What's better, Ex Machina or Annihilation?
Ex Machina. It's probably my favorite
It's probably
film.
better.
I think when we went back,
Yeah.
we were,
It's probably your favorite film.
when we were talking about films for that year. Did it come out with Mad Max?
2015 Mad Max, yeah.
I said Mad Max, but I didn't realize Ex Machina came out in that year.
Ooh, what's better, Mad Max or Ex Machina?
They
the
share.
gun to my
They
head.
share the top. Yeah.
Yeah, they share.
And number
Mad Max.
one.
You can't share.
It's Mad Max.
Number one's the favorite. I fucking love this
Ooh.
movie. Yeah, I saw it again recently, and it was
It's the
even
game winner for the favorite. For Aaron's top movie.
It's better than it's better than a Golden Globe. Let's be honest here. But I loved it the first time. It immediately went to number one. I saw it the second time. It was 10 times better. How much better was it the second time?
It is better the second time, yeah, because
'Cause-
there's so much that you miss.
Well, I loved the first theater we went in. It was playing in a limited release, so everyone that went, it was sold out, and everyone who went to that theater is obviously they're going to be on board, and they're film lovers.
They're
So
there for a reason. They're not there
Yeah.
to like.
That was a
And
good time, man. They
it
were
was
laughing
so
at everything.
quick. Everyone's having a good time. You're laughing, but you're missing it because it's so quick. And
Yeah.
luckily, we had a normal Long Island theater, and everyone else hated it, so no one's laughing except for for me and Bo. And what the guy say at the end?
Typical New Yorker.
He's like, that's the ending?
Yeah.
What? New York accent. And he gets up to go to the bathroom, and his wife is screaming at him, your seat's F8. It's F8
No, you
when you
serious?
get back. He's like, what?
F8.
It's like at the end of Phantom Thread when the guy's like, it's like
Yeah,
whoa.
the Family Guy joke.
It's like there was no conflict. And his wife's like, we should have saw Star Wars.
Yeah, the woman was like, we should have saw Star Wars. But the same three criticisms that I've seen for Annihilation, Hereditary, and The Favorite is that these ambiguous endings, that people are just not satisfied with them. And to me, that's just my favorite type of ending, when you mull over it for weeks after seeing it. And I think The Favorite has a very definitive ending. If
Yeah.
you want to go into spoilers.
No, we'll wait. It's getting a wide release now.
I'll
so.
just plug a review, though, that I read from Haley Fouch, who
Okay.
writes for Collider. Great review of The Favorite, and she had Suspiria number 1 on her list, too. The way that she summed up this film was just absolutely perfect. So everybody out there, if you love The Favorite, go read her review. But like I said, I think the ending is very definitive for all three characters.
Yeah, I'll check that out because I haven't really seen many reviews. I don't think Stuckman or anyone, people I follow, so I'll read hers. But for me, though, that second time, just being able to experience it and catch every little joke and little, like, emotion, it just made it so much better because...
Is it a movie you should see twice, or can you get away with it the first time? Like,
Well, the first time, like I said, it was easy to miss, and it was like a dine-in theater, too. It's like I'm going to grab chips, I'm, like, missing something. But
you're crunching, not hearing it.
But nothing's
crunch.
wasted from the moment it starts till the moment it ends. Not one scene, I tweeted this, not one scene, not one word of dialogue, and not one shot is wasted. Everything furthers the plot. Everything builds on the foundation, and it just keeps building and building and building until the end. And that's something where, as a viewer, I can appreciate because how many times you see a movie and a half hour of a 2-hour movie's filler? This had zero filler. The performances were
It
otherworldly.
flies by, too.
Yeah.
It feels so short.
Emma Stone.
It's
I
not
know
that
a good-
long. It's only 2 hours.
That's how you know a good movie.
Yeah. Emma Stone was fantastic. You couldn't even tell she was doing an accent.
Who's
like,
the
is-
best out of the three?
I'm like,
though?
is Rachel Weisz doing an accent? That's how good Emma Stone is. But Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone back and forth,
Rachel.
where you don't know who you're rooting for, and you don't know who's like doing like you don't know who's your favorite character. You don't know who's doing the better job because it's all so good, and they work as such a cohesive unit. And Olivia Colman as well, where it just creates for something special. Every like I said, every scene means something, and every word of dialogue. So what they're doing on the screen, you're invested in, and you can pretty much experience it in a way where you can't most film.
I kind of want to go see it again Sunday.
Yeah.
But after seeing it again, I think Coleman gives the best performance, man. What a tragic character that woman is. And I wish we could get into it with spoilers, but it's a fantastic movie, and it was number 3 on my list. My top 5 is like splitting hairs.
Mm-hmm.
You just put a hand over your face and pick one out. That's number
Nicholas
1.
Hoult, too, was fucking amazing.
Nicholas Hoult was unbelievable. in
Every
that
time
movie.
he was on screen.
He might give the 4th best performance in the film, but that's saying something because he was incredible, and he's a great actor, man.
Yeah.
He's a chameleon. Where even when I first saw it, I was like, is that Nicholas Hoult? Because he's having so much fun, and he's got some of the best jokes in the movie.
Seems like they all were.
Yeah, it was such a fun experience both times. That's a good list.
Yeah, thanks.
Solid list. Ted?
Yeah, next one I'll give you my 10.
Okay, next year.
No. Yeah, I'll try to see more than 10 movies this year.
All right, let's go to fan questions here. We have a question here from Mish at She's Got an At. Are people inherently good? Are human ethics learned or natural?
Oh, God.
Nice.
Are we alone in the universe?
I saw you favored it. I was happy. I wanted to answer this question.
Are people inherently good? I think the majority of them are.
Yeah.
Are human ethics learned or natural? Combination of both. Are we alone in the universe? I think so.
Okay. Are people inherently good? Yes.
Well,
Are human ethics learned or natural? Learned. Are we alone in the universe? No.
I think we just got lucky with Earth. Yeah, so many things had to go right.
no, there's plenty out there.
The universe. Are you kidding me? How
Yeah,
big the
but
universe is?
I just read an astrophysics book, but I'm not even going to include that. You arrogant, you're an astrophysics. There are so many
I take
things.
my face off.
Humans are inherently human, and they're just developed through learned experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think at our
It's not
core,
no
that-
good or bad. It's just
I think bad
whatever you-
behavior is more learned than good behavior. I
Yeah,
think
but then-
at our instincts, we want to be good for selfish reasons. That it makes us feel good about being good to other people.
it's getting too deep. Next question.
Wait, what are yours? What are yours?
Teddy always tries to one-up me with the questions. I'll send out a tweet asking for questions, and it'll be like, yo, recording, got any questions? Send them here.
Send them right now to me.
What are your most anticipated movies this year? This one from Kate at KateJoe112.
I feel like this 2019 is gonna be a great year because the
It's hot. It's hot.
2019 hot.
It's hot.
The big the movies that I think are going to do the best at the box office, there's so many of them, and I feel like they're all going to be good movies. Where this year you had the few, but that you knew people were going to see, like Avengers. But this one, this year I feel like it's going to be spread out, and there's so many of them, and you're going to get the December Oscar movies as well. And I feel like 2018, very top heavy, like the top 5, and everything after that kind of middling good. But there was nothing. If you look at the movies from 2017, I felt like it was a stronger all around year for film. I felt like it took a little dip this year, and 2019 looks amazing though. I hope.
So what are you anticipating?
Yeah.
I'll say mine.
Where do I
Glass.
begin?
First name, Mister. You're not too hot on this, right?
Glass. That's.
I can't wait for that. That's
I
gonna be
love
great.
that trailer.
Oh yeah, I'll see it, but I mean, you have Endgame, you have fucking Episode 9 coming out.
John
Yeah, but-
Wick 3.
John
Yeah, but
Wick
those.
3,
Yeah, but those
Godzilla.
are like.
Us,
Godzilla, King of the
Joker.
Monsters.
I feel like all those are
Once
different.
Upon a
though.
Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, those are all known.
Shazam.
Oh. It's the movies like Glass are the ones that you want to really see. You know.
So you're saying like the big movies are cheap answers?
Yeah.
And
Glass
that's
is a
the only-
big movie.
Not really.
That's a blockbuster in January, pretty much.
Is that a blockbuster? I don't think so.
For January.
Well, Split was kind of a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Split made a ton of money. And I think Glass is going to, if it's good. Because that's the thing. We all think that Shyamalan's good now, all of a sudden. Guy makes 2 good movies. Well, he's back.
It's like the pitcher who's struggling. He
figured
throws
it
one
out.
pretty good game. He's like, oh, he's back, baby.
Yeah, he's
It's like,
And he gets fucking rocked the next outing.
it's like my golf swing. I'll hit like one good shot. I'm like, oh, I figured it out. Just got to turn the wrist a little bit. And the next shot is in the woods.
What's the Taika Waititi Hitler movie?
Jojo Rabbit. Is
Another
that coming out?
Yeah, another podcast listed that today, and I'm like, oh, that movie sounds amazing. I can't wait to see it.
What's it called?
Jojo Rabbit.
And you have Knives Out.
Do you know the premise?
No.
It's about a kid living in Nazi Germany, and he makes up an imaginary friend.
Oh, we
that's Hitler.
talked about this. Yeah, I want to see that. That's
Was it Knives Out, right? The Ryan Johnson one?
Knives Out, yeah. Just finished production.
Yeah, there's so many like movies that are already getting buzz now for the whole year that were so much more than last year. And like I said before, you're still going to have those Oscar-type movies that come out of nowhere and just take you by storm.
All right, let's move on.
the Pikachu.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu.
Oh, yeah, Pikachu. I can't wait for that. Can you do a Pikachu impression?
Pika.
That's not
No.
bad. This question here from David Lannister, longtime listener at Nerdy Lannister. Is Silence of the Lambs a horror movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. It's not a supernatural horror movie, and it's considered the only horror movie, I think, to win Best Picture at the Oscars. What is that, 1991, I
Wow.
think.
Well, I feel like good horror kind of transcends genres. Where Get Out, you have thriller horror, where Hereditary is a family drama horror. It's
The horror genre for me is like
and even you get the comedy in there too with some horror
Jason
movies.
and Freddy and all those. Like
Yeah.
thrillers are like Get Out. And
Well, those are the
Right, well,
cheap
people
horror
say
movies
Silence of
that-
the Lambs is a thriller.
yeah, I would agree.
Horror thriller.
Mhm.
Two different sides of the same coin.
I feel like horror, you get stuck with the slasher. That's like what
Yeah.
most people perceive horror to be.
Or demons.
Yeah.
This question from Clayton Barnett. What's up, Clayton? At Clayzor85. Who does the monkey want to lead the Jets to the bottom of the AFC East next year?
Keep laughing. Fucking
No,
third,
I got
third
faith.
overall pick, $100 million in cap room.
I got
Sam
faith in
Darnold coming
Darnold.
back for his second year.
I got faith in Donald.
You know what? I'll fucking say this right now, Clayton.
Whoa.
No,
Well, we know Clayton.
yeah, we're friends. Pay Dak all that money, and I guarantee next year the Jets end up with a better record than the Cowboys. Please give Dak
No,
that
no
money.
shot. Not with their run game.
Oh,
And their
yeah.
offense now.
Where are they
defense is
going
starting to
to
form
do you
now.
allocate all that money to a quarterback like Dak Prescott? Your whole team's going to take a hit.
How much are they talking? How much are they talking?
He's going to ask for like 28 mil.
Please give him that
The
contract.
top 6 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL all missed the playoffs this year.
Yeah, that's
You can't
absurd.
do it
What was
anymore.
that? Matt Ryan, Stafford,
That's
Rodgers.
that. That
Rodgers.
stat was a little. I think like $50,000 less was like Drew Brees, and like $100,000 less was Philip. Like
Right, but it's telling that the top 6 all
Yeah, but
missed
the
the
one.
playoffs.
Yeah, that's saying a lot though.
and like the
Right.
Ravens, you have Flacco and Lamar Jackson's contract combined.
Right, but a lot of those teams might have. Do the Saints have young guys on rookie deals, on 2-year deals?
They've drafted very well.
Right, so when you have that cap space because you have those young players, but
Fucking Ravens. What a joke. Joke of a team. I fucking hate them.
that's
Was
just
it
the
that?
economics of the NFL. They're going to have to pay Dak Prescott. Who else are they going to get?
I don't know. I like Cliff Kingsbury. I feel like he's a young and can connect with Darnold, rejuvenate the offense. Mike McCarthy, a lot of people are hating on him.
They fired Todd
think-
Bowles?
Yeah,
Holy shit, I didn't even know that.
Really? Yeah.
I like Todd Bowles.
I did like Todd, but it was
They
it
never
was-
give these guys a chance, man. The Jets, that's not a good
Well,
roster.
Mike McCagnon's a fucking problem.
Yeah, he is.
Um,
Yeah. So
Offensive-minded head coach will be fine. Build Sam. The defense will figure it out, especially if we draft an edge rusher, Josh Allen from Kentucky. I think he'll fit perfectly on the team. And we have $100 million to fucking fill that roster out.
So on the
Come,
way
come see us.
on the way here, I was listening on the radio, and a caller called in, and they asked a really good question to the Michael K. Show. And he said for Giant fans, if you didn't take Barkley and you took one of these quarterbacks, and playing behind this team with that line, are you happy that you took Barkley and not one of these quarterbacks? Because one, he couldn't develop because he probably would have got hurt,
Right.
or you just would have had a horrible season.
It's so tough to say, man. We need to wait like 5 years to see what Darnold pans out to be. I think Darnold's going to be a good quarterback. And the thing is, too, I'm a Giant fan who I root for the Jets. The Jets are my second team. I'm rooting for the Giants if they're playing head-to-head, so I'm still happy the Jets got Darnold. But it's so, I mean, I like Barkley, too. I'm glad we got Barkley because Eli's playing for another, like, 40 years.
He's not going to stop.
Yeah, he's just going to play at this level for the rest of his life.
He did win 2 Super Bowls.
This question here from Lovergirl at Sarah E. Danks. Do you guys think they will even put out a Game of Thrones trailer with only 6 episodes left? It might be hard to not show too much. I'm getting way too anxious for the final season. That
Makes
was
sense.
a great question.
That
When I
makes
read
sense.
that, yeah, I was like, that's a good point. But they have to.
It probably would be more of like a season episode 1 preview. Like, after you watch episode 6, next on Game of Thrones. They'll probably do something like that, but keep it contained to season 1, I would assume. Because, that is a good point. 6. But even going into
if
last
those
season,
episodes are over an hour long, I mean, it kind of evens out to like 8 episodes, right?
it's like
Yeah,
hour
even
20.
it's all the execution. You can kind of guess where certain scenes are taking place within the season. Like last year's trailer when we saw Jaime riding the horse engulfed in fire, we kind of knew what was going on.
Even
when Jon Snow was north of
Castle
the
Rock
wall.
we saw.
Yeah, it's all about the execution, which they failed miserably. So
Do you feel like
Fail
you know
miserably.
too much though? Like because like you guys read the books, like do you guys feel like you know what's gonna happen when you like if you see a preview?
I have no
Like-
idea what's going to happen in
Really?
this final
Well, I think
season.
we did pretty good for our preview from last season.
For last season, yes, but for this season, no idea.
Because
We
even
even talked about this too when we're planning our preview videos. We don't know what to talk about.
yeah, I think it's
Give
pretty
you a
easy
little
though.
look behind the curtain here.
But I think reading the books did help because I think when we saw the
But do you like that? Like, are you happy about that? Because I personally I wouldn't like that.
Well,
knowing what's gonna happen.
he read all the books while the show was in like season 3.
yeah
Before season 3, he had read the 5 books, so he knew everything with the show.
Oh.
So that's a better question for you. Are you glad that you did that? Because you wanted to do that for Sharp Objects too. Sharp Objects was like 2 episodes in. He's like, should I read the book?
I bought it at Barnes and Noble, so I was just sitting there.
Thank God you didn't.
I waited. I think I would have been happy reading the book and getting a better version of the show. But yeah, I am because you get to see. You kind of know what happens, but it is very different. I mean, different things play out in different ways, and there's added storylines in the show, and there's cut out storylines from the books. So it's a different experience. I mean, obviously, you're not going to get the same shock as the Mountain versus the Viper or the Red Wedding or the Pink Letter, which leads. But
But you get more disappointment.
Wait, you knew that was going to happen with Mountain and Viper?
yeah,
Oh my God!
But when certain things didn't happen, you get the added disappointment. Like,
some-
oh, Lady
but you
Stoneheart's
get
coming.
But you get some surprises. There is some disappointment, but at least you.
Oh, John's a Shara Danes kid.
So in your opinion,
always just
would
be
you
like,
rather
oh-
read the book first or see the movie or show?
It really depends on what it is.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I feel like it's your experience with The Shining.
I do think
Okay.
book first might be better. Oh no, book after might be better if it's a good movie or a good TV show. Because if you watch a show and you love it, and you watch a movie and you love it, well, there's another version of this, but with
Right.
more surrounding it, with more character development, with more nuance and other things going on around it. So
So maybe you
I
watch
can
the show first.
experience that again, but with more around it.
You
And
figure
it's
out more about
it's
the
a new
characters.
experience, yeah. Unless it's Sharp
It's the ultimate, chicken and the egg argument, because you're always going to be biased to what came first.
No, I did like the Sharp Objects book. I'm joking, but I did like the show a little better.
The show was much better.
Well, that's why I don't read books. No, I'm kidding.
This question here from Ramiro Gandolfo at Gandolfo Ramiro. How stupid was Bird Box on a scale from 10 to 10?
See, I don't like this Bird Box hate.
Me neither.
It
'Cause
wasn't-
I don't understand the hate.
No, I mean it wasn't
It's a fucking movie.
it wasn't a perfect movie, but it was a free Netflix movie with a great cast and it was beautifully. I thought the shots were I thought it was very well shot. It's nothing where it's not. There was nothing egregious enough where I'm going to watch it and just be disgusted that I just watched this free movie on Netflix. And I know that probably shouldn't weigh into how you view a movie depending on the platform that it's on, but I feel like the free movie, comfort of your home, getting Sandra Bullock. What more can you ask for? I'm not going to complain about that. It's not perfect, but it's entertaining enough.
Yeah, I liked Bird Box.
That's
honestly.
exactly how I feel.
Yeah, there wasn't much that I mean, a lot.
You know what I
Once
think?
again, it's the enemy
Yeah.
beings.
I liked it.
That's another thing too with me. I don't know why everybody wants everything explained.
Exactly. I kind of dug like, what is it only following them? Like, isn't there more going on? And I guess we won't spoil too much, but
Dude, that's exactly what I'm wondering if, like, how come every time you open your eyes, you see it? Like, is it just in the air? Like, it's everywhere?
Right.
Like,
Leaving it up to your own imagination, it makes it more scary.
exactly.
Because you just don't know. You know that this thing is dangerous and that it's forcing people to kill themselves, but you don't know what it is. And to me, and a lot of times when they give you the answer, it's not satisfying.
Mhm.
It's disappointing. So
and this comparison to A Quiet Place, like first there's a book.
I thought Bird Box was better.
Yeah, but I like The Quiet Place. You didn't.
Really?
I did.
But I feel like people think just because it came out like 7 months after that the people saw Bird Box and made this movie, building off that hype when this has been in production for years. There's a book. Like, it just doesn't happen overnight. And this has been in development for a while. So
Yeah, they're different
it's
enough.
just bad timing. Same thing with Mowgli and Jungle Book, where even though Mowgli was much worse, but it's not like they were just copying each other. They were both developing, and it just happened to come out. They actually had to move back because they were coming out so close.
Yeah, they had similar themes, but like you said, they're too different. They have enough differences
Yeah.
where it's a coincidence.
Javante Rhodes, too. Very good.
He's awesome.
Dude's
John
a-
Stewart, Green Lantern.
Dude's a rocket, too.
The ending is I don't get why people bash on
He's
the
a-
ending. It's a fitting ending for this movie.
Don't spoil it yet.
I love the ending.
Yeah, we'll talk
Me
about
too.
it. We'll probably review it at some time.
And your name is Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah. But that's the thing, too. I
Well,
feel like...
that was pre Eminem too.
So that's the last time we're ever going to see him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just took the car and went away forever.
I feel like one of the negatives I would say, because like I said, it wasn't perfect. There were some silly moments, and I feel like if you didn't like the premise when you first started watching it and like, oh, this is fucking stupid, the whole movie you're going to be like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And I kind of took it for what it was. I'm like, oh, so this is the movie. And kind of adjusted. Like, oh, this is what it's going to be about. I'll prepare for this. I thought the cutting back from the past to the present, at times it was very...
2 months before.
But that's
But I
what
feel
kept
like-
me. That's what kept me in the movie.
I feel like at times it was cutting off momentum for each other, but I feel like it got better and it helped develop certain characters as it moved on. And that's when I kind of dug it. Because in the beginning, they're in this house and there's so many characters unneeded. Only 3 or 4 of those characters were probably needed. And they had like 7 or 8. And when it got smaller and smaller and you got to know the characters more, that's when it got better for me from a character standpoint.
Well,
So
yeah,
if-
after he died and
well, don't. We're not spoiling it yet.
I didn't say who.
I know. So just
After a
gotta
person died.
move on. But
People die in this movie?
yeah.
I just want to talk about it.
So I thought it was fine. Question: is John Malkovich a bad actor?
No.
No.
I've never seen him in a movie that I've liked him in. I haven't seen much, granted, but
That you didn't or did?
I did like. I haven't seen a movie that I liked him in.
Oh.
Awful in The Man in the Iron Mask. That was a bad movie anyway, but he was laughably
Can't
bad
hold
in
that
that.
against him.
And this, he was very
He's
too
John
much.
Malkovich.
Yeah, and I get that, and I'm sure he's fine. Maybe I'm just.
They made a movie about somebody being John Malkovich.
I know they did, but I don't know. Maybe it's just my personal preference. I just feel like he doesn't do it for me. Even during this, I'm like, relax, Malk.
Yeah, so we all liked Bird Box. So
My
this
mom
question
hated
here
it.
from Sid Hearth K. Varadan. When is this week's Game of Thrones breakdown coming? It's coming. We're doing season 5. A lot of people think that we're not doing season 5. I think it might have to do something with us saying that we're not doing season 5. But that was a joke.
Yeah.
We're doing season 5. Couple more here. Hot take from Cowboy at Gabe's Calling. Hot take of 2019. Spider-Man 3 is actually the strongest of the trilogy. Harry's arc is what made the movie great. I'll tell you what, I love Spider-Man 3. And
Spider-Man 3. There's one with Sandman?
yes, I love that movie.
What?
Because I love the
Really?
Venom dancing.
the Venom in that movie was horrible.
Yeah, but it's so funny. It's so bad. It's room quality. It's the room
so
quality.
watching Tobey Maguire
Dude.
try and be bad is horrible.
But it's amazing. Watching him go into that bar when he's got Gwen Stacy on his arm and he starts snapping his finger.
God.
Everything about that movie is perfect. But it's not the best of the trilogy.
Spider-Verse is probably the best Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it anyway.
He
think-
dances in Spider-Verse.
I think they did it easy for us. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, well, a lot of people
The first
say
one's but
2 is
two's
better.
the
Yeah,
best.
2's
No.
2's good.
First one's the best.
That's what I said. 1, 2, 3.
I think 1's the best probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. No, there it is.
Ted's like, wait a minute. I thought we were counting in Japanese.
Want to end on a Star Wars note to send everyone home happy?
Why haven't they released the title?
No, I hate when they do that too. Same thing with Avengers. Just release the title.
You wanted no, I agree with the studio not releasing it.
But what do you guys? I think it was
What do
something.
you think the title's going to be? Star Wars Episode 9. We're sorry. We hope you like this one.
Episode
No.
9, the Jedi are finally back.
Star Wars Episode 9, or how I began to stop hating the bomb.
No, it would be Star Wars Episode 9, the end.
But I just really wanted to.
Star Wars Episode 9, stop bitching. Just shut up.
I just really wanted to talk about how I just hate it. It's so annoying. And I didn't like The Last Jedi, but some of the stuff going on, man.
What's going on now with Star Wars?
It's the same shit that's been happening for the past year and a
Wait, you really want to just bring up
No.
Star Wars controversy?
No,
Yeah, let's just go. Nice question here.
it's just annoying because every time
Who would win in a fight, Thanos or Coach Ditka?
Wow.
Thanos.
Yeah, probably
I don't know.
Thanos. Yeah. I don't know. Stop it.
Oh, did you guys hear? Apparently, Dark Phoenix is the worst superhero movie ever made. Like Fantastic Four
said?
level bad.
Yeah,
That's
but they
like
said the same thing about Wonder Woman.
Who said?
Well, that's what I thought at first. It was gonna be like some fucking. At first,
was
like
excited for Dark
for a
Phoenix,
split second, I'm like, oh, is it Endgame? Like, oh no, it can't be. Then I started thinking it's probably just some fucking loser saying it's gonna be Captain Marvel just to be a fucking annoying weasel person. But then apparently it was Dark Phoenix because I saw this YouTube video of the people complaining about Captain Marvel coming into Endgame and basically being the deciding factor, and it's just veiled misogyny, right? Because if it was Adam Warlock, no one would care. And this dude's fucking pathetic YouTube video was like saying just how, oh, she wasn't developed, it's like she's coming out of nowhere, and she hasn't been around for a while.
Like Thanos?
Like Thanos, right? One movie. Captain Marvel will have one movie before.
Like Black Panther?
Black
Civil
Panther will
War?
have one movie before. Spider-Man will have one movie. And Civil War. Oh, 1.5. He had fucking 5 minutes.
They've made 19 movies
Yeah, what the
about
hell?
dudes.
But no. But she's,
Our population is
no.
50%
No,
women.
it's not sexism or anything. It's because she's coming. It's bad storytelling because she's coming out of nowhere and she's overpowered.
The funniest
If it was
one
Adam
ever-
Warlock, you wouldn't be fucking crying.
But the funny, it is. It's true. But the funniest point ever made was when Jessica Jones season 2 announced that they were having all female directors for the season. All 13 episodes were going to be female directors. And John Campea pointed out, somebody had said to Campea, "But Campea, what if Daredevil had all male directors?" And he's like, "Oh, have you looked at the Wikipedia page for Daredevil? Because season 1, male. Why does this bother them? Is it insecurity?
See the movie first, then fucking criticize it.
Well, it's like the same thing.
See how much character development she has in there.
It was just this video that fucking set me off, and it like made me like, because it made me think of when I saw, oh, this is gonna be the worst movie. I'm like, oh, it's probably the same fucking type of person just making a hit piece on Captain Marvel. It's for Dark Phoenix, and I can see Dark Phoenix being terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
But it just made me think of just how ridiculous like the criticisms of Captain Marvel, who a movie hasn't even came out yet, and people are already trying to bring it down.
That's just what it is, man.
Makes
It's
me
the
mad.
world we live in today.
Damn
It makes me
shame.
mad too. Last question: who's your main in Smash?
Captain Falcon.
Samus.
Which Smash? This
The new
one or
The
64?
new one.
Sonic.
All right, guys, that's the Nerd Soup podcast today. Went about an hour. I hope you enjoyed it. For Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, Teddy.
So
I'm
much
Bo
for leaving
Oliver.
early.
Oh, yeah, you can listen to this podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. If you're listening at this point, comment down below, who's that Pokemon?
And
then-
Brooklyn.
And then comment something funny. Like, who's that Pokemon?
Oh, yeah, I like that actually. Ignore what I said if you're still listening.